Howdy, hi Tides. I'm Jed Hoffman with Beach Film News. We are already a month into 2021. That's right, it's February already. But what's happened in this first week of February in history?
Good morning, High Tides. It's been a while, but it's time to get back to this week in history. To start this week's segment, on February 1st, 1936, Babe Ruth was elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He was a famous Major League Baseball player for the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. He ranked third on the all-time home run list. Part of the reason why is because he achieved a record of 60 home runs in the year 1927. To follow, on February 2nd, 1964, following the success of the Barbie doll, Hasbro launched G.I. Joe, an action figure. G.I. Joe stood for Government-Issued Joe. There was originally four figures launched, one for each branch of the armed forces. After that, on February 3rd, 2010, the box office movie success Avatar, no, not the children's show Avatar The Last Airbender, but the one with the tall blue people, became the highest grossing film in the US and Canada and surpasses $2 billion marked in worldwide sales. But in July 2019, Avengers Endgame took over with a whopping $2.9 billion. Now, I personally appreciate Avatar The Last Airbender more than the tall blue people, but that's just me. To conclude this week's segment, on February 5th, 1934, Hank Aaron was born. Hank Aaron was a professional baseball player who played in the Major League Baseball for 22 years, from 1954 to 1976. Many believe he is one of the greatest baseball players of all time, breaking records in all areas including setting the MLB record for most career home runs with 755 before losing it to Barry Bonds in 2007. He was also the first player in history to hit 500 home runs and reach 3,000 hits. Unfortunately, he just passed away 2 weeks ago. Well, High Tides, that's it for this week in history. Make sure to check in for the next one, and I will see you later.
This Week in History is one of our classiest segments and is densely packed with facts. On the other side, in the humorous section, is segments like COVID Cop.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Place the pizza on the table.
Just keep like 6 feet away in all directions.
Because the mask doesn't do enough.
Keep you like 6 feet away from me.
Hello guys, I'm Ali. I'm the coronavirus police. Hey! I'm here stationed in Miami-Dade County at Miami Beach Senior High. You sneeze, done.
You okay?
We've had 300 new cases in the school.
300?
We have a bunch of people on court. Oh, we got a call for it. We got a call. Do that again. Sneezing without a mask, that's automatic suspension. No mask, $20.
Oh, what was that?
Dude, these anti-mask protesters get insane sometimes. This is absurd. Like, I'm telling you, sometimes it's just, the street very busy. I'm kind of used to it though, Anyways.
Was that a drive-by?
Yeah, just forget about it. But anyways, back to where I was. Sneeze without a mask, you get automatic suspended. So make sure you keep them above the nose. Style's really hard sometimes, Affects the person emotionally,
So these are your checkups.
Nobody sneezing, coughing.
How many times? So do you do this to every classroom?
Yeah. Good here. See, this is a big problem right here. Covering the windows. Can't see if they have a mask, sneezing, or coughing. It's a big problem. No, I'm not actually.
No, look through the hole.
No.
Look through the hole.
Somebody in there.
Look through the hole, quick. I thought you were an officer. Just look through the hole with your right eye.
Be ready to record this. I'm not redoing this, alright?
Easily the worst part of getting COVID would probably be the chance at losing your taste. Now, that means no more eating Ben & Jerry's ice cream anymore. Here's a piece about Ben & Jerry's.
Ben & Jerry's has been a staple in the ice cream industry for years with their creative and iconic flavors. Some iconic flavors include Cherry Garcia, Wavy Gravy, Jimmy Fallon's Ice Cream, The Tonight Dough, and Stephen Colbert's American Dream Ice Cream. Today we'll take a look through their history. Ben & Jerry's was founded in Burlington, Vermont on May 5, 1978. The reason they founded this company was that they took a $5 correspondence course in ice cream making at Penn State, and using a $12,000 investment, they renovated a gas station in Burlington and began to use it as an ice cream shop. The first flavor ever created at Ben & Jerry's was the simple vanilla, but fast forward to today, where they have 60 flavors. With all these new flavors, they send some to the flavor graveyard. Some flavors resting in the graveyard include turtle soup, wavy gravy, and fossil fuel. Ben & Jerry's flavors continue to be creative, often following pop culture or politics in the current day. They just want to provide the best ice cream experience possible and hope to spread positivity along with it.
Some would say that one of the reasons Ben & Jerry's is so great is because of their advertising. But what about video game advertising? Let's take a quick hop, skip, and a jump into the wild world of video game advertising.
Hey High Tides, I'm sure you've seen a couple of these ads floating around.
Starting from the bottom, let's see. Hey, don't beat up an old man. Stop! Wow, I got promoted. Let's check around. Wait.
Butcher is selling bad meat.
I'm gonna arrest him. Great! Another promotion. Why is that guy sneaking around? I see you! Time to meet the Emperor. I'm the greatest.
While most of these mobile game ads aren't taken seriously due to their poor quality, they're still a problem. At the end of the day, these ads are false advertising, an illegal business practice that has plagued consumers for decades. But today we aren't going to talk about many other industries. We're going to be talking about one of the most infamous instances of false advertising within the last decade. No Man's Sky. This game was first announced in December 2013, but started gaining traction after its reveal on E3 2014. The game's promise was that it would allow players to explore an quote-unquote infinite universe with unique ecosystems. Sounds fun, right? Nope. When the game officially released on August 9th, 2016, it received mainly bad reviews. Why? Well, it turns out the studio that developed the ambitious title, Hello Games, and their CEO, Sean Murray, promised a lot of features on release that weren't there. One of the main features showed you could meet other players playing the game.
Do we ever get to see ourselves?
No, you don't see yourself, so the only way for you to know what you look like is for somebody else to see you.
Can you run into other people, other players on the game?
Yes, but the chances of that are incredibly rare, just because of the size of what we're building.
Wow.
But at launch, the game was completely single player. There were many other falsely advertised features as well. This fiasco got Hello Games enough backlash to the point that they were investigated for false advertising by the UK's Advertising Standard Authority. Now, even though No Man's Sky is doing well as of today, let's fast forward to December 2020. A recent example of false advertising would be CD Projekt Red's latest release, Cyberpunk 2077. A game with an ambitious design set in the year 2077, starring notable actor Keanu Reeves. Like No Man's Sky, the game was riddled with bugs and glitches that made the whole experience simply unplayable for many consumers.
Something feels off here.
You don't say.
More importantly, it took money from the people who believed they were getting a product that matched what was shown in the advertisements. Also, just like No Man's Sky, as of currently, CD Projekt Red is facing a second class action lawsuit over Cyberpunk 2077. This should be a good lesson to always be skeptical when something is being advertised to you. At the end of the day, you never know just what you might be getting until it's too late. As always, High Tides, have a good day.
Well, I'm sad to say, but it's almost the end of the episode, which means it's time for Second Opinions. Last week, we asked you, the viewer, do you think Joe Biden will do well as president? The answer? Yes. The High Tide student body has faith in the 46th president. This week's question is about the Super Bowl, and more specifically, who will win it? Do you think the Chiefs will come away with their second straight Super Bowl? Or do you think Tom Brady will be able to carry the Bucs? Answer that question by clicking the link in the description or scanning that QR code. Anyways, with Beach Film News, I've been Jed Hoffman. You've been you. Later, alligator.